Let's have some fun, shall we? Shalom, everyone!
Shalom.
My name is Zachary, and I am thrilled to be here celebrating Hanukkah with all of you at the Epcot International Festival of the Holidays. I've just come home to Orlando after a few years of studying abroad and meeting people from all over the world. Now, in my travels, I've learned that people in different places and cultures celebrate Hanukkah in their own way, and now I get to share what I've learned with all of you. You know, a lot of people actually think that Hanukkah is just this very serious and somber holy holiday, but that's not completely true. In fact, Hanukkah is the only Jewish holiday that is not specifically mentioned in the Torah, our holy book. Hanukkah is a joyful holiday celebrating a victory and a miracle. It all began in 166 BCE, when a small band of Jews, known as the Maccabees, defeated the large and powerful Assyrian army, driving them from Jerusalem and reclaiming their holy temple. After the battle, the Maccabees rededicated the temple and relit the eternal candle, a candle that is required to burn in synagogues at all times. The only problem was they only had enough oil to light the candle for 1 day. Yet by a miracle, the candle burned bright for 8 days, long enough for a messenger to return with more oil. This is why we now celebrate 8 days of Hanukkah. Now, during the 8 days and nights of Hanukkah, families gather together, much like we are right now. We eat, we sing songs, we eat, we exchange presents, and did I mention that we eat? Specifically, we eat potato latkes and jelly donuts, foods that are cooked in oil to help us remember the miracle of the oil that burned for the Maccabees so long ago. We also have a few other traditions, such as lighting the Hanukkah, a 9-branched menorah like the one you can see behind me now. I'm sure some of you are probably wondering, why 9 candles? Well, that's because at sunset on the first night of Hanukkah, we actually light 2 candles. The center candle, which is called the shamash, and the candle furthest to the right. The shamash is the servant candle. It serves as a reminder for each of us to be a light, shining into a dark world. Now, at sunset on the second night of Hanukkah, we light the shamash and the next 2 candles, and so on and so forth until the 8th night, when all of the candles are lit and burning bright. Light the first of 8 tonight, furthest candle to the right. Light the first and second too, when tomorrow's day is through. Then light 3 and then light 4. Every dusk light 1 candle more, till all 8 burn bright and high, honoring a day gone by. Now, in my family, like so many other families around the world, our tradition is always to exchange gifts immediately after lighting the candles. My parents would always give us kids the biggest presents on the first and the last nights. The nights in between were for, I guess you could say, smaller presents, school supplies, clothes, an extra fancy pair of socks. I'd always have to hide my disappointment on the sock nights. But we would also get some of the Hanukkah staples, chocolate coins called gelt, oh, and of course, dreidels. Now, a dreidel, for those of you who don't know, is a 4-sided spinning top. On each side is a Hebrew letter: Nun, Gimel, Hey, and Shin. My brothers and sisters and I would each put some of our Hanukkah gelt into a pot, and then, one at a time, we'd spin the dreidel. Now, if the dreidel lands on Nun, you get none. If it lands on Shin, it's actually even worse. You have to add another of your chocolate coins to the pot. But if it lands on Hay, you get half the chocolate coins in the pot. And if you're lucky enough for it to land on Gimel, you get all the chocolate in the world! Yeah! No. You don't get all the chocolate in the world. That would be way too much chocolate. You do get all the chocolate in the pot, though, which is still way too much chocolate. Now, while we would play, we would sing the classic dreidel song. I'm sure some of you know the dreidel song, am I right? Yeah, well, I would love to sing it for you, but I think I'm going to need some help with this one. Is there anyone here who could help me sing the dreidel song? Do you want to help me? What's your name? Tessa. Nice to meet you, Tessa. Everybody give a hand up for Tessa. Well, thanks for volunteering to help me. You said you don't know all the words to the dreidel song, is that right? Okay, well, I'm not going to make you sing the whole thing by yourself. I wouldn't do that to you, but I will sing most of it for you, but I'm going to need you to help me with just one word. Can you guess what word that might be? Dreidel, exactly right. So the way that we'll do this is I'll sing most of the words, and when it's time for Tessa to say dreidel, I'm going to lift this dreidel I've got in my hand up over my head. Can we try just the dreidel bit real quick?
Dreidel.
All right, I think she's got it. Is everyone ready to hear Tessa and I sing? Yeah. All right, Tessa, you ready?
Yes.
All right. I have a little
Dreidel.
I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then I will play. Oh,
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then I will play. Everybody give a hand up for Tessa. Thank you so much for helping me, Tessa. You can head back now. Now, I do have to admit, we did not sing the dreidel song like this when I was a kid, but I have always loved my family's Hanukkah tradition so much. That's why I was thrilled to be able to get out into the world and see how people in different places and cultures celebrate Hanukkah. Did you know that in Yemen and North Africa, they make the seventh night of Hanukkah a celebration of women? It's called Hag Habanat, the holiday of the daughters, in honor of all the strong women connected to the Jews' battle for freedom. On this night, the synagogue is open just for women to worship the Torah, dance, and bless their daughters and fellow Jewish women. Oh, and in Turkey, they have a holiday on the last night of Hanukkah they call Merenda. It literally translates to snack. The night is basically a giant potluck. Families travel to each other's homes, sharing home-prepared dishes and foods. I mentioned we like to eat, right? On this day, children collect flour from their neighbors, chanting and singing, "Give us flour, so that God will give you life." Oh, and speaking of music and songs, in Argentina, many Jews actually speak in a Judeo-Spanish language called Ladino. And there's an old Ladino song sung by many Argentinians to celebrate Hanukkah called Ocho Candelicas. It literally translates to 8 little candles. You know, I actually learned a few bars of that. Would you folks like me to play some for you? Oh, fantastic. It's one of my favorites. Oh, 1 little candle, 2 little candles, 3 little candles, 4 little candles, 5 little candles, 6 little candles, 7 little candles, 8 candles for me. Isn't that